I want to ask you, Lockie, offloads. Last week, the Broncos had a season high of 23 offloads, and they created so many opportunities off their offloads. Do you think that's a point of difference for the Broncos tonight?
Look, I think Penrith would have done their homework, and if Penrith don't get their first contact right, then the offloads will come. But you still got to earn the right to get the offload, and I think there'll be no doubt amongst these forwards like Paddy Carrigan, Payne Haas, Tom Flegler, their first intent will be to go into the contact and try and bend the line. And if they can get the ball away, then there can only be a benefit to the Broncos. So I think they'll try, but whether Penrith allow them is another thing.
Off the back of the offload, what I really liked is when Billy Walters got the offload, he fired it to a half. Ezra Mam, and then you saw the likes of Walsh and the speed guys come into the contest. So if they get an offload tonight, they're not going to find the space that they got last week against the Warriors, but they do get an offload. I like the theory around firing it to a half and then bring the speed into the game.
Well, it's like an extra tackle, isn't it? It's you bring three players into the contest, and then if you get an offload away, well, it's like having another tackle in the set.
You've got those defences. You've got some up, some back. You've got little pockets you can go. Yeah, you can get some space. In the middle, Payne Haas, Carrigan, Flegler, compared to the middles for Penrith, Leota, Fisher-Harris. Yeah, who's got the advantage? Who's the better middle?
That's where it's going to be wrong. That's where it's going to be one.
I think you can pick one.
I think the Broncos have probably got the more of the late footwork at the line, which will create the offloads. The Penrith forwards are very up and down. Apart from Isaiah, they're like in your face, aggressive, bully-like tactics to try and get over the top of the opposing forward. So the Broncos pack won't take a backward step for sure, but I think that late off footwork into an offload will certainly worry the Panthers.
I think they've got more speed too. The likes of Flegler, Haas and Carrigan have got more speed than Fisher, Harris and Leota. I still remember Leota's performance here on this day last year. He just controlled that first 10-15 minute period. Just watch out for that battle today. In that first 10-15 minutes, the middle boys will just be laying the platform and they'll be asserting their dominance on the contest early.
Well, for me, the first 15 minutes, if the Broncos can get through that period and the game starts to soften up, then Carrigan, Flegler, Payne Haas, they start to come into their own because the aggression will come. Leota, Fisher-Harris, but Flegler and Carrigan got to match that and then wait for the game to soften up.
Who do you see with the advantage?
Well, you got the experience, and they've been there before with Penrith. But you got to say that the youth, and as JT said, the footwork, and then Billy, the speed of it. I think slightly in front, Brisbane.
What about Reece Walsh? Watching him, he's just an absolute superstar. Is he going to be the key to Brisbane if they win it? Can Penrith shut him down?
Well, on the back of those middles. If the middles do their job, then this bloke will go to work with Reynolds. How they bring him into play, that's Adam Reynolds and also Ezra Meem's job. So if those middles get on top of Penrith, then look out for the likes of Reynolds, Meem, but this bloke, he is an absolute superstar, once in a lifetime player. We're looking at the emergence of an absolute superstar.
I think what they need to do is, and he's very good down that right edge, Reece, is test Luai's outside shoulder. It's his left shoulder. I could see it last week. He's still, you've had shoulders too, JT. You could see he couldn't lift the arm too far. But if Reece is coming around the back on those sweep plays, and he's on the outside shoulder of Luai, I even know defending in that position with a good shoulder, it's not an easy play. So I think you've got to test Luai out early.
Well, last week, Ivan Cleary moved Steve Crichton to that side of the field. Do you think that was to prepare for this week? Yeah. Defending on that favourite side of Reece Walsh?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think, that they would have done their homework, and I think Crichton's been on record today saying they've done their homework and they've got a plan in place for Reece Walsh, but whether they can stop him, and the key will be if they've got time and space, and it's very hard to stop him.
Just on Reece Walsh, we all marvel about and we all want to see the brilliance of Reece Walsh and the big moments, and he's going to have big moments tonight, there's no doubt about that. His mindset needs to be around the small moments. His mindset right now needs to be around the work ethic side of the game and getting busy early. If I'm talking to Reece before the game today, it's about getting busy early and getting into the contest in all the physical side of the game. The big play is so natural for him. So he's just got to get himself in the contest. He can't be sitting there 10, 15 minutes into this game and only having one run. He's got to get in early.
Okay, that's interesting, because other coaches say, you stay out early, let the big boys sort it, you look after yourself. So you'd be telling him to get in early, get a couple of touches.
He's got to get a touch early. He's got to get into the game and feel a part of the game. It can go so quick in big games. Origins, grand finals, you can look up and it's half an hour into the game and you can go, wow, where did that go? So if you wait, it'll miss you and it'll pass you by.
I think defensively, that's where he needs to be coming into the game, getting his line auged, seeing where the threats are with Isaiah Yeo, Nathan Cleary and Luai, Dylan Edwards. So that's how he gets himself into the game, making sure that he gets his line organised.
And that's a part of the game that he's really developed this year. It is the work off the football when he hasn't got the ball in his hands. And you'll see when the Panthers are attacking the try line, he'll sometimes get in, he'll go short side, he'll go in behind. So he's got to back his instinct to when to contribute to the line and when to stay out and play a fullback's role. So that'll be interesting to see. Dylan Edwards, the guy on the other side of the field, he's a master at it. That's the best part of his game. So Reece has worked really hard this year on that part of the game, and it'll be really important tonight.